So I qualified for Team GB age group triathlon and I only just scraped through. I raced terribly. I just felt awful. But weirdly, it was one of my proudest moments. Because I trained smart, I stuck to what I believed in, and I did it all with the help of ChatGPT, not a coach. Let's rewind a bit. I am a coach myself. I've worked with athletes, helped people recover from injuries, guided them through triathlon training, but I haven't worked with a coach personally since 2023. Why? Honestly, I've had some really disappointing experiences, felt misunderstood, like the coach had a system they wanted to stick me into instead of seeing the real me, the mum of four, the triathlete, the busy human juggling a life training business. And truthfully, there were moments where I felt forgotten. It was like the coach's attention shifted to the athletes who were winning races and had more dramatic stories to share online. I get it, like that's what builds a brand, that sort of content. But when you're struggling and you're feeling like you're slipping through the cracks, it really stings. And that left me wondering, what if I could coach myself better with a little bit of help and focus, not from another person, but from something more objective, something I could teach what I was about, something that would listen. Enter ChatGPT. Now, if you've ever just typed make me a triathlon plan into ChatGPT, you'll know it spits out something very beige, a schedule that looks fine, but means nothing. But that's not what I did. I treated ChatGPT like a coach and I gave it everything a good coach would need. My training history, my injuries, my weekly availability, my strengths, weaknesses, my performance, how I feel about certain types of sessions. I gave it prompts every week. I tweaked plans based on recovery and it learned me. Honestly, it gave me better support than I've had from some real humans. And guess what? My training has been going brilliantly. PBs in the run, more power on the bike, somewhat consistent swim sessions. That is still a work in progress. I felt strong, capable, focused. But then came the curveball. A few weeks out from race day, I started feeling not tired in a normal training way. My heart rate was behaving a bit weird. Recovery scores dropped. I was a bit emotional and foggy and just couldn't really pin it down. I started asking ChatGPT about symptoms, combining Garmin data, HRV scores, sleep, and overall how I was feeling. And it did help to make sense of the chaos whilst waiting testing from the GP, which is still ongoing. But it gave me space to think clearly, to adjust and to prioritize rest. But I wasn't 100% by race day, not even close. But still, I raced. I felt prepared and gave it my all. The race was tough. I had a sluggish swim. I felt really unsteady getting out. The bike was not great. I was just so cold. I just could not push how I wanted to. And during the run, my finger went black and I just literally held on. It was not the performance I trained for, not by a long shot. But somehow I crossed the line within qualification criteria.
Currently third in your age group.
I didn't expect it. It was messy. It wasn't that glory moment I'd imagined, but it meant something because I trained smart. I listened to my body and I showed up anyway. And here's the thing, AI didn't fail me. It helped me hold myself together. A coach might have dismissed symptoms or told me, push through. ChatGPT listened. It reflected back what I was feeling. It gave me data I could work with. If I hadn't been coached by ChatGPT, I doubt I'd have even turned up and tried. Or I'd have pushed through needlessly and I'd have just been incapable of continuing after the swim. The challenge I have now is to firstly resolve the medical issues I'm having, and then with the help of my AI coach, I plan to turn up to next year's European Championships and prove I deserve that space, even if it's just to prove it to myself. So if you're wondering whether ChatGPT can coach you, the answer is yes, but only if you do it the right way. And that is why I've built the Breakthrough Week, a free 7-day guide where I walk you through how to onboard ChatGPT just like a real life coach would. You'll teach it your goals, your life context, your training habits, your mindset, all the things most people leave out when they ask for a plan. And at the end, you'll have a complete personal training plan built with your AI coach, but totally grounded in you. The link is in the description. It is free, it is simple, and it might just change how you train. Thank you for letting me share this real version of the story. Not a polished one, but it's the honest one. And if you've ever had a bad race or you're struggling to find your way back into training, I see you. You don't need to go it alone, but you also don't necessarily need to pay hundreds of pounds for a coach who just doesn't get you. There's another way. And it starts with knowing yourself and knowing how to train with tools that actually work for you. So I hope to see you on day one of Breakthrough Week. If not, I will catch you in another video sometime. Crack on.